The village was shrouded in silence. Weeds choked the overgrown paths, houses stood empty, windows like vacant eyes. The air hung heavy, thick with the smell of damp earth and decay. At the edge of the village, on a hill overlooking the crumbling ruins, stood a solitary house. It loomed, dark and imposing, a spectre against the grey sky. The house was once grand, a testament to a forgotten prosperity. Now its paint peeled, its shutters hung askew, and its once bright facade was stained with the grime of neglect. The iron gates, rusted and overgrown, creaked mournfully in the wind. It was a place forgotten by time, haunted by the whispers of the past. Sarah, a young woman with an insatiable thirst for the unknown, had heard tales of the abandoned village. Intrigued by the stories, she ventured into the desolate heart of the forgotten place. She was drawn to the house on the hill, its silent silhouette a challenge she couldn't resist.
Skeptical yet undeniably curious, she pushed open the creaking gate. The rusty hinges groaned in protest, their sound amplified in the unnerving silence. She stepped onto the overgrown path, each footfall crunching on dead leaves, the sound echoing in the stillness. The house loomed larger with every step, its shadow stretching towards her like a grasping hand.
The front door yielded with a groan, revealing a darkened hallway. Dust motes danced in the faint slivers of light that pierced through cracks in the boarded-up windows. Sarah stepped inside, her footsteps echoing in the oppressive silence. The air was thick with the smell of decay and the lingering scent of something indefinable and unsettling.
In the gloom, she noticed a sturdy wooden desk, its surface layered in dust. She ran a finger through it, revealing the faded outline of a book. Curiosity piqued, she opened the drawer. Inside, nestled amongst yellowed papers and dried inkwells, lay a leather-bound journal. Its pages were brittle with age, the ink faded but still legible. The first entry sent a shiver down her spine. It was a diary, filled with chillingly accurate predictions of misfortune that had befallen the village. Whispers from the past. As Sarah delved deeper into the journal's entries, a sense of unease settled over her. Each page seemed to radiate a palpable chill. The writer, whose name was never mentioned, described strange occurrences, premonitions, and a growing sense of dread that permeated the village. Sarah paused, her breath catching in her throat.
The handwriting, elegant and flowing, turned frantic towards the end, the ink blotched and smeared as if in haste. The last entry, dated the day the village was abandoned, spoke of a presence, a darkness that consumed everything. The final sentence, scrawled across the page, sent a shiver down Sarah's spine. It knows I'm here. It's coming for me. This is the end.
A presence in the shadows. The house creaked around her, the sound like a whispered warning. Sarah felt a prickle of fear crawl up her spine. The silence, once heavy, now pulsed with a faint hum, a vibration that seemed to emanate from the walls themselves. Her heart pounded in her chest, each thud echoing in the silence.
A floorboard creaked above her, followed by the distinct sound of footsteps. Slow, deliberate footsteps. Panic welled in Sarah's chest, her breath coming in short, shallow gasps. She was no longer alone. Something was in the house with her. Something that had been waiting.
Whispering, she will be the last to read these words, for her fate is sealed.
Sarah's fate. Sarah backed away, her eyes darting around the darkened hallway. The air grew heavy, the temperature plummeting as a cold, unseen hand seemed to grip her heart. The footsteps grew closer, each one sending a fresh wave of terror through her. She stumbled back, her hand grasping for the wall, her eyes fixed on the shadowy figure that emerged from the darkness.
The journal slipped from her grasp, its pages fluttering open as it fell to the dusty floor. Sarah stared in horror as the last entry seemed to glow with an eerie light. The words scrawled in that frantic hand seemed to leap out at her. A stranger will come to this house, drawn by curiosity. She will be the last to read these words, for her fate is sealed.
Whispering, this is the end.
A blood-curdling scream tore through the silence, echoing through the empty halls of the house on the hill. The village remained silent, its secrets safe within the walls of the house, forever intertwined with Sarah's fate.